From New York City, Ted Mack and the original Amateur Hour.
Welcome, friends. Well, spring is officially here. You know, on the Amateur Hour, that's the time when a young man's fancy turns to thoughts of what he's been thinking about all year. I mean, being here in the Amateur Hour spotlight. And, of course, that also applies to our talented young ladies. So let's meet all of them as soon as I spin the Wheel of Fortune for the 1,597th time. Round and round she goes, and where she stops, nobody knows. We're going to open the show with some Tijuana brass-style music. They come from far from Tijuana, Bristol, Rhode Island, as a matter of fact. We met them and saw them at an audition in Steel Pier in Atlantic City. They're going to play Tijuana Taxi, and here they are, the Bittersweet Sambas. Bittersweet Sambas. Well, needless to say, everyone wants to be a winner here today, and, well, there's only one way they can be a winner, and that's to get the most of your votes. It's very easy for you to vote. You simply write the favorite's name on a postal card, sign it yourself, send it to Box 191, Radio City Station in New York. Dancing teenager from Memphis, Tennessee. From the looks of this application, it seems like she started dancing before she could walk. As a little one, she was in the first 10 in the Little Miss World contest, Little Miss Tennessee, Miss Majorette, goodness knows, but she seems to have grown out of all that. She's quite a young lady over there. This is Cicalla. From Memphis, Tennessee, voting address is Box 191, Radio City Station in New York. The singing secretary from Philadelphia in our WCAU auditions. She studied voice for the past 3 years, and she's a member of the Rittenhouse Opera Society. This is Maria Forte. Where do you work, Maria?
I work for the Lyric Opera Company as a secretary.
Imagine your ambition is to sing for the Philadelphia Lyric Opera Company, right?
I think I'd like that.
Does everyone at the opera company know you're on the amateur hour tonight?
I think so. My mother's been on the phone all the time since I've gotten the call.
Well, good for your mother. All right, Lloyd, let's give this lady a good assistant. Maria Forte from Philadelphia.
Sempre libera di Dio collegiare di tuoi in gioia, con che scorre per mio pensiero del piacer, nasque giorno di giorno muoia, sempre lieta nei ritrovi. Sempre nuovi di volare il mio pensiero, volare il mio pensiero.
Well, our New England auditions are still going full blast, and if you have talent and want to try out for the amateur hour, here's where they're taking place. In Boston, it's at station WNDH, and in Providence, Rhode Island, it's WPRI. And, of course, you drop us a note here at Box 191 Radio City Station in New York, and we'll arrange the audition from here. Another contestant from our WCAU auditions in Philadelphia, fifth grade banjo player. Application, oh golly, and his costume, that makes it for sure. He's from one of the Mummers bands up there, the Hegeman String Band. His name is Joseph Golomb. He's from Philadelphia. Joseph, you wearing this year's model for the Mummers Parade?
Yes, Ted.
Yeah, that's the official thing, huh? That's, my golly, you know, a few years ago, I judged that Mummers Parade down there, and I never saw so many feathers and costumes in my whole life. That was a job judging. How many do you imagine marched in the parade last year?
Well, about 859 men, and, you know, there's all kinds of ages in there. The oldest member I know is about 80 years old.
Uh-huh. You one of the youngest?
I would say, do you know about I forgot to tell you, you know, the only thing about the New Year's costume is that they don't have the bell-bottom pants.
Oh, it doesn't have the bell-bottom pants. Well, it's got everything else, I'll guarantee that. Well, and a banjo. Let's turn him loose. Go ahead, let's hear you. Go ahead, play. They tell me I gave you the wrong call letters for Boston in the auditions of this WHDH. I don't know what I said. I was hurrying through some WHDH, but write to us here at Box 191, Radio City Station in New York. Over here we have a vocal quartet, 4 singing high school students from East Orange, New Jersey. They were winners of the Garden State Arts Center talent show. So let's meet Barbara McCloud, Jeanna Clark, Michelle, and Lavern Cowan. They call themselves the DebTones. Okay, good.
By the time I get to Phoenix, you'll be rising. You'll find the note I left hanging on the door. Time I make Oklahoma, you'll be sleeping. Oklahoma, you'll turn as light and call my name hello. You cry just to think I'm really leaving. Time and time, I've tried to tell him so. Lord, he just didn't know. He didn't know that I'd really go. I'd really go. I'd really go.
To the DebTones from East Orange, New Jersey. And that voting address is Box 191, Radio City Station in New York. You know, we always get a real kick out of talking about some of the graduates on the amateur hour who really made it big in show business. And it seems that almost every week that we do a show here in New York, or for that matter in Hollywood or Chicago, it's sort of old home week. Someone always seems to drop around out of the old gang and say hello and give a pat on the back to some of the amateurs who are trying to make good. The only thing I can say about this next young gentleman is that today he is one of the very biggest stars in the whole entertainment world. But even more important to me and to us, he's still one of the nicest and warmest men you'll ever want to meet. His records have sold in the millions. The standing room sign is always out, whether he's appearing at the Copacabana or Carnegie Hall. I know you've seen him on every major television show, and I'm glad that you can see him again here on the Amateur Hour. This is where he started. I hope you'll give him a rousing reception. Jerry Vale. Jerry, will you stand up there? And incidentally, thank you, Jerry. And incidentally, that lovely lady seated beside Jerry is his very beautiful wife, Rita. Let's get that camera around there. Rita, can you take a look? There she is. Lovely. And Jerry, I hope you have all the luck in the world when you open. You're opening Friday at the Cork Club in Houston, aren't you? Well, good luck. Good luck. You don't need that from us, but you have it anyway. Now, let's see. Something different here, looks to me. We have a teacher from Gibbsboro, New Jersey. That's near Haddonfield, I think. Her hobby is making marionettes, and her 15-year-old son designs the stages, gets the props, and helps her with the electrical equipment. So this is a real family project. This is Joyce Faye and her marionettes. her marionettes and her young son. And that voting address is Box 191, Radio City Station. We have 2 new entries in the National Amateur Championships. That means that the battle of those champions won't be long now. The first one is the high school student from Roosevelt, Long Island, the Barrett Junior Pipers and Dancers. There they are. And here's your second entry, the singing Girl Scout from Jamaica, Queens, Angela Winters. And so this little girl who sang I Feel Pretty. Now here's a winner for you, a young lady who certainly believes in picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and starting all over again. She's the little tap dancer from Hyattsville, Maryland. She was here, and we had a very clean and a very slippery stage. And right in the middle of her dance, she slipped on the stage and fell, but she picked herself right up and finished right on out. But we think that she is on firm ground tonight. We hope so, anyway. She's trying for her second win now. This is Vicki Lynn Smith. Meet another group of youngsters who are trying for their second win. 8 teenagers represented here. They're all from Memphis, Tennessee. And I want to tell you, they do some breathtaking things. So let's watch them, the Adagio Sensations. Well, sometimes we call it another bow, sometimes a curtain call, but this is the time when everyone comes back so that you can remember who to vote for. Once you've picked your favorite, you just write the name on a postal card, sign it yourself, Send it to Box 191, Radio City Station in New York. Let's have another round of applause for the Adagio sensation. There's a tap dancing teenager from Hyattsville, Maryland, Vicki Lynn Smith. The teacher from Gibbsboro, New Jersey, and her marionettes, Joyce Faye. High school quartet from East Orange, New Jersey, the Deftones. Young banjo player from Philadelphia, Joseph Golomb. Singing secretary from Philadelphia, Forte. The tap dancing teenager from Memphis, Cicalla. The instrumental group from Bristol, Rhode Island, the Bittersweet Sambas. Well, you've just seen our first show of spring. And spring is always synonymous with love and hope, and I'll bet my last bottle of Geritol that all these contestants are hoping that you'll vote for them. We'll be here the same time, same place next week with another group of talented amateurs, and you're invited to come here and let us entertain you. Until then, on behalf of these amateurs, the sponsor, the staff, and myself, thank you all very, very much. Come on back next week.
The original Amateur Hour is produced by Louis Graham. Directed by Jack Hines and Lloyd Marks.